My best friend demanded I lend her thousands for her dream vacation, saying, "You're rich, it's nothing for you." When I refused, she called me selfish and told our group I abandoned her in need. They turned against me until I said, "Check her socials for the real story." I never thought my financial stability would become a wedge between me and my closest friends. I've always believed in supporting those I care about, but recent events forced me to reconsider the boundaries between generosity and personal responsibility. I've been fortunate in my career, leading to a comfortable lifestyle. My friends from college, whom I've known since our days at the University of California, Berkeley, have always been aware of my financial situation. We've shared countless memories, from late-night study sessions in the Doe Memorial Library to weekend trips exploring the Bay Area. Among this group is Sarah, a friend known for her charisma and adventurous spirit. Sarah often dreamed up elaborate plans and encouraged us to join her escapades. Her latest desire was a dream vacation to the Maldives, a luxurious trip that would undoubtedly be unforgettable. One evening, as we gathered at our favorite cafe near Telegraph Avenue, Sarah brought up the idea. "I've been thinking," she began, her eyes alight with excitement. "We should all go to the Maldives this summer. Imagine the beaches, the sunsets, the adventure." The table buzzed with interest, but the reality of such an extravagant trip quickly tempered the enthusiasm. Our group comprises individuals with varying financial situations, and while the idea was enticing, the cost was prohibitive for most. A few days later, Sarah approached me privately. We met at a quiet spot overlooking the San Francisco Bay, the Golden Gate Bridge standing majestically in the distance. "I know the Maldives trip is a bit out of reach for everyone," she admitted, her tone more subdued. "But I was wondering if you'd consider lending me the money for my share. You're doing well, and for you, it's nothing. I promise I'll pay you back." Her request caught me off guard. While I had occasionally covered smaller expenses for friends in the past, this was a significant sum. I valued our friendship deeply, but I also believed in clear boundaries when it came to money. "Sarah, I understand how much this trip means to you," I replied carefully. "But lending such a large amount could complicate things between us. I hope you understand my hesitation." Her expression shifted from hopeful to incredulous. "Seriously? After all we've been through? I never pegged you as selfish." The weight of her words lingered as we parted ways. In the following days, I noticed a palpable change within our friend group. Messages went unanswered, plans were made without my inclusion, and the warmth that once defined our interactions had cooled. Concerned, I reached out to another friend, Michael, who had always been the mediator in our group. We met at a familiar diner in downtown Berkeley, the kind of place where countless heart-to-hearts had taken place over the years. "Michael, have I done something to upset everyone?" I inquired, the frustration evident in my voice. He hesitated before responding. "Look, Sarah mentioned that you refused to help her with the trip. She feels abandoned, and I think others are siding with her." I took a deep breath, grappling with the realization that my personal decision had been misconstrued and shared without context. "I understand how it looks," I said, choosing my words carefully. "But before you pass judgment, perhaps take a look at Sarah's recent social media posts." Later that evening, I received a series of messages from Michael and others in our group. Sarah's social media painted a picture of indulgence. Shopping sprees at high-end boutiques in Union Square, dining at Michelin-starred restaurants, and attending exclusive events. It became evident that her financial priorities were skewed, and her request for a loan was not out of necessity, but a desire to maintain a lavish lifestyle without personal sacrifice. The revelation led to a group conversation where feelings were aired, misunderstandings clarified, and perspectives realigned. While the experience strained our friendships, it also underscored the importance of transparency, boundaries, and mutual respect. In the end, we learned that true friendship isn't measured by financial transactions, but by understanding, trust, and the ability to navigate challenges together. After the group checked Sarah's social media and started to see things from a different angle, I thought maybe the drama was over. It wasn't. If anything, things got weirder. For a few days, everyone was quieter. Nobody apologized. Nobody said much at all. Just the occasional message in the group chat, mostly about random stuff, memes, lunch spots, nothing deep. I figured that was it. People were embarrassed. I could live with that. But then Sarah flipped the script again. She posted a long, vague rant on her Instagram story. One of those black background, white text posts. It started with, "Some people only show up when it benefits them." Then went on about how true colors always come out when you ask for real support, and how being rich doesn't mean you're generous. She didn't tag me, but it was clearly about me. And people knew it. I got screenshots from 3 different people within the hour. A couple friends messaged me directly, just kind of like, "Whoa, is this about you?" I didn't respond. What was I supposed to say? That I was tired of being called selfish because I wouldn't throw thousands of dollars at someone's luxury vacation while she posted photos of $400 dinners and spa days? The weirdest part? Some of our mutual friends, people I thought were reasonable, started backing her up in comments. Not outright defending her, but little things like, "You deserve better friends," and facts with clapping emojis. That kind of passive, slippery stuff that lets them play both sides. At this point, I was just pissed. Not hurt. Not sad. Just tired and mad. But I still didn't want to blow it all up. I kept quiet. Then one afternoon, I got a call from my friend Jenna. She was part of our group, but had been a bit on the outskirts lately, busy with work and her new boyfriend. She wasn't involved in the drama. She sounded nervous. "I need to tell you something," she said. "What's up?" "Sarah's been telling people you promised to fund the whole trip for her. That you offered first and then backed out." I sat there stunned. "What? That's not even close to true." "I know," she said quickly. "That's why I'm calling. She's saying you guilt-tripped her into thinking you would pay and then ghosted her when she started planning." She's been telling this version to people who weren't around for the first part of the conversation. I couldn't believe it. It was like she was rewriting history in real time. I asked Jenna to send me anything she had, screenshots, messages, whatever. She didn't have much, just a few vague texts and one voice memo from a group hang where Sarah was kind of spinning the story to make it sound like I led her on. He literally said, "I got you." Like, what else was I supposed to think? Sarah's voice said in the recording. I never said that. Ever. I went back through my own texts with her. I had the exact messages where she asked, and I said, "I'm sorry, I can't lend you that kind of money." There it was. Plain as day. I posted a note on my own story. Just a screenshot of the conversation with no comment. Just the texts. Nothing edited. No names. It exploded. Some people backed off immediately. Others tried to DM me and say they didn't know the full story. Sarah, of course, lost it. She posted another rant, accusing me of being a manipulator and airing private convos, but it didn't hit the same. People had receipts now. I thought maybe that was it. She was exposed. She'd quiet down. But she didn't. Sarah doesn't do quiet. A week later, I heard she'd created a new group chat with just her and a few of the others. No me. No Jenna. I only found out because one of them accidentally texted me something meant for that chat. It was about reclaiming the group vibe and cutting toxic energy. Cool. At that point, I decided I was done with the group. I didn't blow up. I didn't confront anyone. I just stopped showing up. Stopped replying. I muted the group chat. Left them to their new vibe. But the story doesn't end there. Because 2 months later, after I'd mostly moved on, I got a Venmo request. From Sarah. For $38.72. The note said, "My part of the sushi from May since you're so into receipts." I stared at it for a full minute. I laughed out loud. Then I screenshotted that, too. And posted it. No caption. Just clown face. Within 24 hours, she deleted her Instagram. But what happened next made everything before that look like child's play. A week after Sarah deleted her Instagram, things went strangely quiet. No more subposts, no more petty group drama spilling online. I thought maybe it was finally done. Maybe she realized how deep she'd dug herself and decided to retreat. I was wrong. One night, around 11 p.m., I got a call from Jenna. Her voice was low, tense. "Hey, have you seen the new account?" "What account?" "Check TikTok." I opened the app. Searched Bay Area Friend T, which she texted me. There it was. An anonymous account, profile pic was just a generic sunset. But the videos? All voiceovers with captions, dramatic music playing behind them. Stories told from the POV of a friend betrayed by greed. The first video had nearly 20,000 views. Comments were full of people saying things like, "Ugh, I hate when people change because of money, and some friendships aren't meant to last." And then the voice said something I recognized. I asked for help once. He made me feel small, like I was a burden. But I saw him drop $5,000 on a watch the next week. That watch was a gift to myself. I posted it once, back in April. I had saved up for it for a long time. Only someone close to me would know how much it cost. That's when I realized this account was about me. No names were mentioned, but it was obvious to anyone who followed us both before. The timing, the details, even the fake sushi Venmo story, it was all in there, twisted. Rewritten again to make her the victim. I reported the account. So did Jenna. Nothing happened. And then, another twist, people started believing her. Strangers began commenting things like, "You should sue him," and "He sounds like a narcissist." Someone even DM'd me, "Is this you?" with a screenshot of one of the clips. This wasn't just annoying anymore. It was damaging. I called a friend of mine, Amit, a lawyer. He wasn't in our friend group, just someone I met through work. I asked if anything here counted as defamation. He was cautious. "Depends," he said. "It's vague. But if it starts impacting your job or personal life in a real way, we might have a case." That stuck in my mind. And then it did impact me. A coworker, someone I didn't even know super well, mentioned at lunch, "Hey, I saw this TikTok story that reminded me of your situation with that girl. Crazy coincidence." It wasn't a coincidence. I felt my stomach drop. She was winning. I started gathering everything, screenshots, text records, timestamps, even my old watch receipt to show the timeline didn't match her story. I didn't want to go nuclear, but I was done playing nice. But then something even more unexpected happened. Jenna called me again. Her voice was shaking. "You're not going to believe this. I just got a message from Sarah's sister." "What?" She wanted to apologize. Said she didn't know what Sarah was doing with the videos. Said the family's been dealing with stuff. That Sarah's been spiraling since last year, and they were trying to get her into therapy. I sat there, staring out my window at the city lights, feeling a mix of rage and pity. So now I was supposed to feel sorry for her? After the months of lies, after dragging my name through mud? "She's not asking you to forgive her," Jenna added. She wanted to explain. "And she said you should be careful. Because Sarah's talking about making a podcast." "A podcast? Great." I didn't respond for a long time. I didn't know what to say. Then, a few days later, I got an email. From a journalist. "Hi, I'm writing a piece about online friendship breakups and came across a TikTok series that's gained traction. I'd love to speak to you if you're willing, just to hear your side." That's when it hit me. This wasn't just a petty drama anymore. It was a narrative. One she had built, and people were now buying into it. I looked back at all the screenshots, the Venmo request, the fake sushi debt, the anonymous account, the podcast rumors, and now a potential news story. And I realized something. This wasn't over. Not even close. I didn't respond to the journalist right away. I needed to think. Part of me wanted to go fully public, clear my name, tell the whole story. Another part of me was just tired. Exhausted, really. The drama, the whispers, the online war, it had drained me. But then I saw the podcast trailer. Yes, she actually did it. It popped up on TikTok. A short clip, Sarah's voice, heavily edited over moody background music. "I never thought I'd be the type to talk about betrayal," she says, "but when someone who claims to be your best friend turns on you over money, it opens your eyes." That was it. That was the moment I knew this had to stop. I reached out to the journalist. I laid everything out, texts, receipts, voice memos, screenshots. She listened. She didn't seem surprised. Apparently, Sarah wasn't the first person she'd seen pull something like this. The article dropped 3 days later. It was neutral on the surface, just presenting both sides, but the tone was unmistakable. One person had hard evidence. One had dramatic anecdotes and a growing TikTok fanbase. Comments weren't kind to Sarah. And still, she didn't stop. She responded with a live stream. Full face. No voiceover this time. Crying. Shaky voice. "I didn't expect to be attacked like this," she sniffled. "I just wanted to tell my truth. It might have worked if it weren't for what happened next. Remember Jenna? She'd been the one to warn me. The one who stood by me through everything." She sent me a screen recording of something Sarah accidentally posted publicly on her alt account, just for a few minutes before it was deleted. In the video, she was laughing. With 2 of our mutual friends. Talking about how the tears always work and how he's so obsessed with defending himself, it's pathetic. That was it. That was the crack that split everything open. Jenna leaked the clip anonymously. It spread fast. Not viral in a million-view way, but enough to reach our old friend group. Enough for everyone to hear what she'd been saying in private. The masks dropped. And then came the confrontation. It was Michael who called for it. He was the mediator back when all this started. He set up a dinner, neutral ground, a small restaurant in Oakland we used to go to after classes back in the day. Said we should clear the air. Against my better judgment, I went. She showed up, of course. Dressed like she was going to war. Eyes puffy, lips tight. Everyone else was already there. Jenna. Michael. 2 others who'd stayed mostly silent during the whole thing. Nobody ordered food. Sarah didn't wait long. "You happy now?" she said, glaring at me. "You got what you wanted." What I wanted? I kept my voice low. "You turned a disagreement into a public circus. You lied. You manipulated everyone. You tried to ruin me because I wouldn't pay for your damn vacation. You humiliated me," she shot back. "You made me look like some beggar. You're the one who asked for money," Jenna cut in. Sarah turned to her. "Stay out of this." Michael held up a hand. "No. We're all in this. We were all friends. We all watched this explode." The table went quiet. "I didn't want it to go this far," Sarah said finally, eyes wet. "I just wanted to make you feel what I felt. Left out. Ignored. Unimportant." I stared at her. "You felt ignored, so you tried to destroy me?" She didn't answer. Another friend, Carlos, finally spoke up. "This went from a vacation to a meltdown. You turned all of us into characters in your little revenge story. Sarah stood. Fine. I'm the villain. Whatever. I hope you all enjoy your moral high ground. And she walked out. No one followed. We sat in silence. For a long time. I feel like we've all been held hostage by her for months, Jenna whispered. Michael nodded. I'm just tired. That was the real end, I think. No dramatic closure. No hugs. Just tired people trying to understand how a friendship became a fire. Over the next few weeks, the group chat died completely. People stopped talking. Jenna and I stayed close, but the rest drifted off. Quietly. Like the way old friendships fade after college, only this time, it happened with Ash still in the air. Sarah deleted her podcast, shut down the anonymous TikTok, and went offline. Her sister messaged me once more to say she was taking time to reflect. I never replied. And me? I still think about it sometimes. The way someone you trust can flip. The way a simple no can spark a storm. I feel sad. Not because I lost her, but because I didn't see it coming. But I've learned something important. Some people don't want help. They want power over your kindness. And when you take that power back, they'll do anything to make you regret it. I don't regret it. Not anymore.